everybody, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jamie Naftali. This channel is on kids welfare, whereby I create the awareness on common illnesses affecting children while growing up. I do this in a language that every person, especially the mothers, can understand, so I use layman language. So welcome to today's episode, and in today's episode I want us to know what we tell the mothers, the do's and the don'ts when it comes to newborns. The mother is here, has gotten a newborn. What do we advise them to do, especially on discharge? So first thing, after the newborn has been born, we want this newborn to get some vaccinations. One, we call it BCG. BCG is vaccination against TB, the tuberculosis. So normally we do it on the left lower arm, around this place here. This is where we do around here. This is where we do the BCG, the left arm. So this we are saying we are vaccinating against tuberculosis. Very important, and every newborn must get this vaccine. Another vaccine we want to give this newborn before they leave the hospital is polio. We want to vaccinate against poliomyelitis. So this is very common, and even now it is everywhere. We have got polio campaigns. So we want these ones, that the ongoing ones, we want to give to every kid who is below 5 years. Why? Because their immunity is low and they have high risk of getting this poliomyelitis. So at birth is where we start with polio. The baby should not be discharged before they are given polio vaccine. It is usually in drop forms, so we give 2 drops like this, 1-2 drops. That is the dose that we normally give. So that is another vaccine. Then after birth, we want to vaccinate these children against hepatitis B. So we normally do a vaccine against hepatitis B. Very, very important. So the baby should not go home without having gotten the 3. So normally people ask, maybe there are chances that a baby goes home without getting the vaccine. So we give them up to 2 weeks. 2 weeks since birth. They should not go beyond 2 weeks after birth before getting these vaccinations. Between 2 weeks, it's still okay, but after 2 weeks, although we recommend that before they leave the hospital, they should get these vaccinations. So these are the 3 common ones. Other things, we want to tell the mothers and educate them. We want to teach them about the danger signs. We call them the danger signs. So number 1, we want this mother to observe these babies for if the baby is turning yellow. We call it jaundice, the yellow discoloration. Most likely it is in the eye, the white part of the eye. We call it the sclera. So that is where the jaundice comes. Other times it may be so intense until it is on the skin. When you do this, we call it blanching. When you blanch the skin like this, it is yellow instead the normal color of a baby, which should be pink. So we want mothers to be aware of this, and to prevent this yellow discoloration, it's through breastfeeding. We want the breastfeeding to start. We said in our previous episode that breastfeeding should start immediately after birth. So if we don't breastfeed these babies, they are going to get dehydrated, and also they are going to have this yellow discoloration that we are calling jaundice. So I hope this is clear. So this is number 1 danger sign that we really want mothers to be very careful and to know about it. So number 2, we want the mother. Another danger sign is we say fever. Fever is the hotness of the body. So we normally tell them, if they have, we advise mothers to have a thermometer whereby they measure. So when they measure the temperatures, it should not go beyond 37.5. So 37 to 37.4, that is okay, and it should not go beyond 37.5. 37.5 degrees and above, now that is fever. We call it fever. Then so they should be careful. If you don't have the thermometer, you just touch your baby around this place, around the neck, and you can be able to tell that this baby has got fever. So when you notice this, don't stay at home, just come to hospital, because you want to investigate and know what really the cause of this fever is. So that is number 2 danger sign. We also want the mothers to be keen on breastfeeding. So if the baby stops breastfeeding, all of a sudden they're not able to breastfeed. So again, this is a danger sign. Remember, these babies are only on breast milk, nothing more. We don't want to start these babies on any other thing, even formula. So if this baby just stops breastfeeding, we know there's an issue, and we tell the mothers, kindly come back to hospital for this. Come and we check what really is making this baby not breastfeed. Other things, we call it irritability. The baby is just crying, not breastfeeding again. So it's normal for a baby to cry. It's normal for a baby to cry. But
answer number 4.
So now we were talking about irritability. If the baby is irritable, it's normal for a baby to cry. They want baby to breastfeed. They keep crying, but now what we call irritability now is when this baby doesn't want to breastfeed. They just are there crying. This is the irritability, and most probably it's a sign of infection in the blood. We call it bacterial infection. So bring the baby back to hospital for the same. We check. Don't stay at home and wait for that. Don't wait for the date that you have been given to bring the baby back to hospital. So other things So now those are the danger signs. We call them danger signs. We tell the mother that normally they are given a comeback date. This date they're supposed to come so that we check on the baby, but we tell them if there are these signs and symptoms that we have talked about, they should come earlier and should not wait for the date that they have been given. Then we tell the mothers when they go home not to do over-the-counter drugs for the babies. Remember, we say children are not big adults. So we do want to treat them as children and not as adults. So we want them to come back to hospital in case of anything, because we discourage getting the medications over the counter, because most probably you find that some of these things are just normal for babies. You just reassure. You find that you just reassure and this baby is okay, but you find them being given medications outside there. This baby is not going to be checked. They're just given the medications. Remember, the kidneys and the livers of these children are not mature enough. They are immature to absorb, and the kidneys also are immature also to eliminate these drugs. So we really want to give medications only when necessary. So that's why we discourage over-the-counter prescriptions for these babies. Hope this is clear to mothers. So don't rush to every pharmacy looking for solutions. So please come back to hospital so that we can, if it is reassurance, we do it best so that without giving the drugs unnecessarily. So I hope you all now get, those are the danger signs. We have talked of the routine vaccines that we normally give after birth always. So thank you so much for keeping tuned. If you have any question concerning this, kindly go to the comment section, comment. Also, my email is provided at the end of every video. You can also go to the email and ask. Thank you so much. If you have not subscribed, hit that red button, subscribe to be part of this wonderful family. Also, hit on the gray button, the notification bell, to know every time that I'm posting a new video here. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye-bye.